is enough, and it's time for a change!
Nothing compares to a quiet evening alone. Just the 1, 2. I was just counting on that never happened. I guess I'm dreaming again. Let's be more than this.
What's up, everybody? gilbertblaze back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to need to talk about women's wrestling. Let's talk about the divas in the WWE, the knockouts in TNA, and the other women in the indie scene. So a lot has happened the past few months, and I wanted to give my thoughts on certain things that's been going on. So let's talk about WWE. A few months ago, Maxine just decided to quit because she basically was frustrated by not getting enough TV time and not being on the main roster, pretty much on Raw and SmackDown. And you know, for that, I gotta say, more power to her. I think she was a really good character. She had potential. Now, was she like a really big fan of pro wrestling? No, I don't believe that. I think she wanted to be on TV to catapult herself, so she'd become like an actress or model or something like that. But overall, good for her. She was frustrated and she didn't care about being a WWE worker enough to be like a part of that whole thing. If you're frustrated and you're not happy with your position, then leave. And that's exactly what she did. Same for the Bella Twins. They actually left. But I'm shocked about this because they were getting a lot of good treatment. Vince was really high on them for some stupid reason. Not a big fan of the Bella Twins. They both were given the Divas titles. So for that, that's a big thing for them. They were both chosen to be champion. And so they decided to leave and not resign. And then there was thoughts of Kelly of not returning. She seemed kind of burnt out and wanted to move on. But yet, WWE is so desperate and so thirsty to have some top babyface pretty girl that they were begging for her to resign. And I'm not sure if she completely resigned a big deal yet. But I'm kind of hoping she does leave and go away because, at first I was a fan of Kelly, but to me, she didn't really improve any. And, nice girl and all, can't, knock her for a character. But the fact is, they put all this emphasis on her. They want her to be the top diva, and it's not happening. They need to showcase other women. So if she leaves, I won't be sad. Then you had the release of Karma. And this is a touchy subject because I was a big fan of Kong, huge fan of Kong, and here she goes, has the opportunity of a lifetime, gets signed by the WWE, and what does she do? She gets pregnant. Now, I'm not going to harp on the fact that, if she wanted to have a baby, more power to her, that's her right. Who can deny the fact that she wants to be a mother? But the fact is, this was such bad timing. You can't, I don't know what was going on in her head, but I'm just assuming here that this wasn't a planned pregnancy at all. She accidentally got pregnant and she didn't want to have an abortion. So she decided to keep the baby, but then unfortunately, she suffered a miscarriage. And, this may sound heartless and it's like really maybe disrespectful, but the fact is, she gets pregnant, and it's all for nothing because she loses the baby, and then what happens? She came back to the Royal Rumble, make a little appearance here, and then after that, it's like, bam, she's done. They released her because apparently the dirt sheets are saying that she was kind of hard to deal with, and she was going through a lot of emotional baggage, and it just, it was just a big disappointment. I had such high expectations to see what she was going to do, and now we're never going to know. Who knows? Will they re-sign her back someday? Who knows? But the fact remains is her time in the WWE was an epic fail. A failure. And it sucks. So, on to the newest signing of the WWE, Sarah Del Rey, who was signed to a developmental deal. And when I first heard about this, my jaw dropped. Because Sarah Del Rey, we all know, probably one of the best, if not the best female wrestler going today, and the fact that she got signed finally by a major wrestling company, I didn't think the WWE would ever be interested in her because she's got such a strong style. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do because the dirt sheets were reporting that with the recent departures of all these like model girls, they wanted to have a real wrestler, and hopefully they were saying maybe she might train some of the girls down at FCW, help them out. But my thing is, I wonder if they're going to keep her, keep her real name or give her a different name. What's going to be her role? Because I don't want to see her get fucked over. I mean, she is too important for women's wrestling to go to the WWE and just get trashed on. So I'm hoping they got a gem here. I'm hoping they don't fuck it up, and we see some really good matches between her and Natalya and Beth Phoenix, and who knows. But I gotta say, Layla is the Divas champion, and what the hell do they have her doing? Absolutely nothing. I mean, what the hell? She's not even in any kind of feud. She wrestled Beth Phoenix a couple of times. That was it. I mean, she's involved in nothing right now. This is the Divas champion. The Divas division is such below the dumps. It's so down and horrible and pathetic. It's like, I'm hoping Sarah Del Rey gets called up to the main roster, and we'll see what happens with that. But also, I found out Eva Lees, who was like a tough enough contestant, she was signed to FCW, to the developmental contract, and they had her name, they changed her name to Sofia Cortez. She recently got released, and I was shocked by this too, because she was receiving a lot of high praises. Even Jim Ross mentioned her in the blog, how they were like hoping to see her in the main roster, and then all of a sudden she gets released. Now the dirt sheets are reporting that she had a reported bad attitude. She's claiming that she didn't have a bad attitude, so I don't know what the true story is here. But the fact is, that's a bummer there too, because I was watching her matches on FCW, and she did seem pretty good. But now she's gone. So what they got left in FCW, they do got Eddie Guerrero's and Vicky Guerrero's daughter, who's good on the mic but very green in the ring. And you got a couple other girls there too, Paige, who's Brittany Knight. She was in Shimmer with her mother, and she seemed pretty good too. She's a young girl, she has potential, but they definitely need to get some new women up there, because the Divas division is lacking. It's so lacking. I mean, they gotta figure out what the hell they're gonna do. That's even if they care. That's the whole issue. Do they really care about changing this division, making it worth something? With Sarah Del Rey being signed, who knows? Maybe that's possible. On to TNA. So Angelina Love decides to leave the company because absolutely they weren't doing nothing with her. And then Velvet Sky leaves TNA as well, because I figured she was frustrated. Now, you know what? I've never, ever been a big Velvet Sky fan. But I will say this. She got royally screwed over. Here, many moons ago, she was getting built up to become the Knockouts champion. She was like one of the original Knockouts that never became the champion. And finally, she got her just deserved. She wins the title, and then all of a sudden, Gail Kim comes to the company, and Gail beats her, like within weeks, beats her, takes the title from her, and Velvet never recovered from that. She didn't get into a feud with Gail. She didn't really get like a rematch, I don't think. I mean, they completely fucked her over, and then they put Brooke Tessmacher over her and made Brooke get into a feud with Gail Kim and beat Gail Kim numerous times and become the Knockouts champion, and Velvet is left in the dust. So I don't understand why that happened to begin with. But if I was Velvet, I would have been pissed off too and be like, fuck you, TNA, I'm out of here. So now with Angelina Love and Velvet Sky going from TNA, I think these two girls will be a good asset in the WWE. They were both, former developmental talents in the WWE. They got the look. They got the wrestling skills somewhat. Velvet, I don't like her wrestling skills that much, but the fact is, she really does have a passion for wrestling. She was in the indie scene for many years. Both Angelina Love and Velvet Sky got a passion for this business. There's no question about that. So you want to hire girls that aren't just models, that actually have a love and a passion for pro wrestling. Angelina Love and Velvet Sky are your two girls. So WWE should take a really close look at them. I'm hoping they get signed to a WWE contract. And then, the Knockouts division in general, it's been very up and down. Where the hell is Sarita? And I heard she's going to do a tour in Japan for like a month or two. But the fact is, they're not even using her. Mickey James ain't doing shit. Like, this Knockouts division is nothing. Now, Madison Rayne just won the title yesterday, I believe. So, what we do, she's a champion again. But other than that, it's just been, like, I'm not happy with the WWE and TNA's women's division. It's just been very lackluster. And I love Gail Kim, and she had the title for a very long time. So I wasn't too, sad when she lost it. but she lost it to the wrong person. You know, Brooke Tessmacher, good for her. She seems committed, but there are other deserving girls that deserve the title than her. Now, Shimmer, on to Shimmer. Shimmer will be making their East Coast debut. Finally, for the first time, Shimmer in the East Coast. They're going to be in New Jersey during WrestleMania weekend, and you better bet your ass I'm going to be there to see them live. I can't wait to see Shimmer action. I am so ecstatic and stoked about this. I can't fucking wait. So other than that, give me your thoughts on what you think about the current state of women's wrestling. I know a lot of people don't care for women's wrestling too much, but you know I do, and I always like to hear opinions on women's wrestling. So let me know what you all think about what's going on in WWE, TNA, Shimmer, WSU, you name it, let me know. Talk to you all later. Peace.